Hey, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Foundry VTT from the ground up. And in our last episode, we kind of went through spells and consumables. In this one, I don't know how quick we'll get through this. I mean, we could get through it pretty quick because the actual information they have for classes is not that in depth. Now, I did point out that recently, or when we last looked at it, we looked at the Barbarian, and it looked like they finally did some really good stuff in there, and I'm really happy about that. However, a lot of that is just pure text, eye candy stuff. It doesn't actually do anything towards the actual leveling up and stuff like that. So let's go ahead, we'll load up classes, excuse me, and we're going to work on a rogue today. So this part right here is what I was talking about. What is now is just simple, they've added it in, but this is just description. From what I understand, this doesn't actually affect in any shape or form your actual character. It's this stuff right here, which is really quite simple. So I'm not going to look at that right now because I want to see if we can do it from scratch. So let's go ahead and go over here. Let's do our rogue again. And I wonder, could I highlight this and it'll actually keep all this stuff as well? Let's try this. Control C and V. Very nice. It actually kept everything, it looks like. Very, very nice, because I don't want to have to go do all that. So let's go ahead, and I have pulled up here our information for a rogue. Some of the important stuff is down here where we say our hit points, or our hit dice is 1d8. Here's our armor proficiency, weapon proficiencies, tools, saving throws. I think these are all our important things. Now, I'm not sure if it has an option for select two of these, or if you just have to then go look at that. It might actually have a spot where you can just put check boxes on the ones you want, so you could choose 4. So this will be interesting to see. A rogue is actually a really good one to do this test with. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pull it up on my other screen in another browser window so I don't have to keep bouncing back and forth and waste that kind of time. So, excuse me. So this is our rogue right here. We're going to go ahead and just get rid of the X. And I don't think it tells me the source page or anything, so I'm not worried about that. But let's go over to details and look right here. So class level, you start out as 1. Subclass name. So if we were making, say, a spy rogue, then we would have additional things. However, I don't think that actually affects... I don't think it actually affects very much as far as your not subclass. Well, I guess subclass. In some cases, yes, it does. But with a spy, I don't think it actually does. Let me just check real quick in this thing. Yeah, I don't see anything specifically. Now, other classes that have set subclasses, then yes, it definitely will. So for a ranger, I was going to say archer, but for a ranger, if you go beast mastery or whatever, then it's definitely going to do something. But I don't think saying am I a spy, a thief, assassin might do something. I don't know. Maybe I'll look at that. Roguish archetypes, no. The assassin, actually I guess it kind of does. I guess spy is not really one of them, because I do show assassin, inquisitive, mastermind. From UA there's phantom. I can show you guys these things actually. If we just go to, well, I guess you can just see them right here. So there's The Arcane Trickster. So once you hit, I think it's level 2 or 3, I think it's 2, you can actually become an Arcane Trickster, which means you have some spells that you can actually use. Roguish archetypes. Does it say in here? I thought it was at level 2, but here we go. At 3rd level, you get your Roguish archetype. So anyway, you do have Arcane Trickster, Assassin, Inquisitive, Mastermind. There's Phantom from UA, which is Unearthed Arcana. You have Scout, you have Soul Knife, which is Unearthed Arcana. You have Swashbuckler, and you have Thief. I think this Thief, if we go to Thief, I think a subset of Thief might be Spy. Not 100% sure. I know a spy is somewhere here. Let's try and look for it real quick. Control F, SPY. Actually, I guess that's more the background. And it does say it's in here, so there's that. So the scout can be an ambusher spy. Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. And I also think I'm thinking more along the lines of, what is it? The background. So let's go ahead and continue on this. So as you can see, we have 1d8, we have light armor, simple weapons, hand crossbow, all this fun stuff, our tools, saving throws, and then we have our skills, which are listed right here. We have our starting equipment. I don't think it actually has anything with starting equipment in there. We will definitely find that out. But so if we come in here, subclass name, this isn't a subclass, it's just the main thing. We saw, now I have to scroll my other one back up. Here we go. So 1d8 is our hit die. So there we go. Hit die used, 0, of course. Spell progression. So this is basically, are you a full caster, half caster, third caster, packed magic, or an artificer? Artificer's kind of in their own class completely. Full caster would be something like a wizard or something like that. I think a half caster or third caster would be like a paladin, where you don't even start accumulating spells until you hit level 2. Then you get very, very simple spells. Packed magic, maybe a warlock, although I think that's more ritual and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure. Third caster, I don't know. I have no idea what a third caster would be. If you guys have any ideas, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. So as a rogue, I'm going to say none. Number of starting skills. So this is where you would say 4, because rogues get a special, they get to choose 4. As you can see right here, choose 4 from. And then I'm assuming this next little section is just going to be what skills do you get to choose from. However, I think when we bring our rogue over into our class, I don't think it pops up anything to say choose. I don't know. Well, we might have to check that out. But let's go ahead and go back in here, and we get to choose 4. And then here's our class skills. Hello? Maybe. Maybe not. Right click? No. All right, well, let's see how they did it. They have no chosen class skills. Maybe this part's not working yet. I mean, here, clearly this is locked because it's the one it comes with. But other than that, we got it right, but I'm kind of confused as to why that doesn't work. Or I'm not really clear how it would work. I mean, when I think our little dude over here is a rogue. Actually, no, this one's a barbarian rogue. Oh, it is a rogue. So if we come into here, maybe this stays blank. However, it'd be nice if it actually, you listed the skills that you can choose from. I mean, our rogue isn't complete at all here. But let's go look at features, rogue, and maybe edit. Yeah, see, this is what it used to look like when you created under the description. It just simply said that. There is nothing. I really like how they now have the table and stuff. Okay, so maybe this becomes available once you have become your class. Maybe that's what that is. However, I want to check something. I want to see if this, updating this will automatically update this. So I'm going to say stealth, sleight of hand. We already have athletics for whatever reason right there. I'm going to say acrobatics. And for a rogue, I think it's good to be perceptive. So if we update that, no, it did not. So then I guess we just come here. So I'm not sure why exactly you would care about updating it here. And did it keep that information? That's the question here. Yes. So it did do it here. So these are the chosen class skills. So I'm not sure why it works here, but in our actual rogue it does not. So that's kind of weird. But as you can see, as far as creating a rogue or a class, it's actually pretty simple. If you want to create your own class, you just kind of make all that stuff up. You know, make sure it's been play tested or whatever so that it seems balanced. But it really doesn't seem like it would be too hard. Now in Fantasy Grounds, we were just looking at making a background, and that you actually have to get another program. They are trying to work on it to make it so it's not that way. However, this is not a Fantasy Grounds video, so I'm not going to go into that very much. If you want to know more about that kind of stuff, you can always go and check out my Fantasy Grounds videos. So anyway, let's go ahead, and I think we'll call our rogue done. As incomplete as I feel it is, it's as complete as they make it for you. Now, I do believe when we do add these things, it will actually, you know, set our hit die for us and stuff. In fact, because I'm pretty sure I never did that on ours. So let's move on to equipment. Let's see. So with equipment, maybe we should come into here real quick. Go under equipment. Oh, I'm on the my mouse thing. Undo that. Okay. Equipment, and I got to do that on this screen. Scroll up, and equipment. Pardon the airplane going off in the background. I have the windows open because it's hot and it's nice and cool outside. So, all right. So with equipment, let's see. What are we doing here? So we did studded leather for our equipment here. I'm gonna go ahead and back that out one here, and I'm gonna type STUDDED studded leather. Here we go. So with studded leather, we can see very simple stuff here. It's a plus 12 or a 12 plus our dex modifier. It doesn't use the full. We don't need a required strength. We don't need a required, or we don't have a disadvantage with our stealth. This is the weight of it. This is the cost. This is the item. This is the description. Pretty straightforward. So I'm assuming this will go really quick and we'll be able to knock this thing out real quick. So if we come over to details, we can see studded leather is considered a light armor. We got that information right here. And proficient. See, I'm still really confused as to proficient. I would think this is something, maybe this means, do you need to be, no, because you need to be proficient in pretty much everything. Although maybe not. Maybe like a mess kit, you wouldn't need proficient. You just use it. So maybe this is actually more along the lines of saying, does it require proficiency in order to use? And that would make sense. We've already talked about my gripe of identified. and how it doesn't have some, I mean, whether it's identified or not, it's still going to tell you what it is. And then equipped, I think this just means if as soon as you get it, it's automatically equipped or not, or if you're attuned to it. So really, I think, did we kind of do this? I mean, it already says the 12. So here we have 12 is the armor class. Required strength was none. Max dexterity modifier. Some other things like was it scale mail or plate armor, it actually says you only get to apply an additional, because it's like 16 and it says you can only apply 2 of your dex modifier to it. So I believe that is where you would put a 2 right here if that were the case. However, with light armor, generally you can apply your entire armor class modifier or your dex modifier. Required strength is 0. Some items actually have a required strength of 13 or something. This is the other part where it says imposes stealth disadvantage. If you check this, it means it will automatically, or should automatically, not 100% sure if it does it automatically, but when you try and roll stealth, it will actually roll with disadvantage. Activation cost, it doesn't cost anything to activate this, so you leave that blank. Action type, if you had to, if it were an action, like if this were a sword, then you would say it's a melee weapon attack or something. So that's actually pretty easy. Not bad at all. And then of course our description, we didn't put that in there, but let's go ahead and do this. The difference, by the way, between studded leather and regular leather is studded leather. Oh my gosh, I can't highlight that. There we go. Studded leather actually gives you an additional AC boost. So I think regular leather, if we just went to regular leather, actually if we hit back, it'll be easier because we can just get rid of this and just do LEATATR. Then I hit enter. Hello? Oh, it's thinking. Okay, so then with regular leather, as you can see, its AC is 12. Studded, because it has little studs in it, all of a sudden gives you 1 more AC. So that would be for that. Let's see. Is that everything we need for this? Oh, the description. Let's go ahead and paste that in there. Oh, edit. Edit. There we go. And not a link. Let's just hit V for paste. Ugh, I hate it when it keeps formatting that I don't want. Control Z. I'm going to open up Notepad++ real quick. Paste it in there. Control V. And since Notepad++ just looks at it as plain text, it should, I'm not going to say it, should get rid of that. There we go. Beautiful. And then we can hit save. And there we go. Now let's go compare. I'm pretty sure this is going to be identical. I will be surprised if not. Is equipment and is it in items? I don't see one called equipment. So nope, it's not. That's not the SRD one. Is it this one? Yes. All right. So if we come up here and we type LEATHER, we have studded leather armor. That's probably why we didn't get a picture, is because we didn't call armor here. ARMOR. And boom, there we go. There's our picture. There we go. All right, so let's see how we did. Details. Light armor, identified. See, now they don't have proficient. Not sure why. And I would think proficient, if I check it here, it would say that you need to be proficient in it in order to get the full benefits of it. There are rules that say, you know, you can equip or use an item that you're not proficient with. However, there will be some negative impacts. So, you know, I don't know how you'd be proficient with armor, to tell you the truth. You know, you put it on and it does its thing. Maybe you're not getting it on quite right and it doesn't allow you the full protection. I don't know. Required strength, they just have none. I think that was the default, 0 activation cost. So yeah, that was a really easy one. And let's see if we come back here. Whoops, one more. To our Thieves Tools. These are tools. I think this is going to be really quick as well, so I'm going to finish up with Thieves Tools. Especially because I don't think there's hardly any information at all. So let's go here and do THIEVE''S. There we go. And let me do it up here so I can keep track of it. THIEVE''S. Thieves Tools. Alright, so Thieves Tools obviously is a tool. Mostly it's just a description. I'm going to have to go paste this. Copy into my notepad. Do Control V, Control A, Control C. There we go. So we paste that in Notepad++. Come back here. Let's go ahead and add our description. And save that, go back into here. All right, so tool proficiency, I would say this means see, now this leads me to believe that I would want to leave this blank, because once this item is added to your character sheet, you would say you're proficient, which means you get to add your proficiency bonus. If you're expertise on it, that means you actually get to double your proficiency. So as a level 1 character, you have you have 2 proficiency bonus. This would mean as expertise, I actually get to double my proficiency, which would be 4 plus whatever the base is for dex or whatever. So, and then half proficient. Maybe that's what happens if you're not proficient. Although, no, you wouldn't even be proficient. But in this case, I think they're in older versions of D&D. I haven't seen anything really in current D&D that talks about half proficiency. But half proficiency, for example, as a level 1 character, you have A2, means instead you get half that, which is 1. Now, if you had 3, half of 3 would be 1.5. I believe you round down, so it would still be 1. So you always round down on that. And I'm not sure why Thieves Tools does not... Did I misspell? Oh, I think I have the apostrophe on the wrong side. Let's do C here and V here and see if that gives it. Nope. Not sure. Maybe they just don't have an image for that. So the default ability check, this is what you use, what actual attribute you use for this. These tools kind of tricky. It's like lock picks and all kinds of other things. I could most things I could see either being dex or intelligence, because knowing how to use them properly. However, with Thieves Tools, where you're doing lock picks and stuff, you also have to have a certain amount of finesse. You know, you have to be able to feel the click and stuff. So some of these are really kind of hard to decide. You might have something else, you know, that it just makes sense to put strength, you know, for whatever reason. It's some kind of tool, maybe a blacksmithing kit. You know, you need strength to pound the hot metal into a sword or whatever you're pounding it into. However, once again, intelligence kicks in there. I can't really see wisdom being anything because it's not really your perception of the world. Can't see it being charisma because it's not the world's perception of you. So intelligence is book smart. That makes sense to me. Dexterity is, you know, how good you are with your hands, how good your acrobatics. So I guess you could even do that. However, you need some brute strength. I don't know. That is usually up to the DM as to exactly which thing they're going to do it to. And then chat message flavor, we still have not figured out where exactly that outputs. It doesn't actually output into the chat from what we've seen. So I think this is it. Let's go check our last item here, D&D Beyond items, no items SRD. So if we come in here and we say THIEV, there's, well, that Thieves Tools came up as a thing. Does it look different? THIVES. I don't think it does. Let's copy this one. I don't think this will do anything. C V. Oh, it did. That's really weird because I didn't notice the difference. Did you? So here we go. We have our description. That's the same. Oh, we didn't set this stuff, which we should have set. So weight and price. So the weight, 1 pound, price 25 gold. I don't think we did that in our previous one either, but I think we did it before, which is why I had stuff. So weight was 1 pound, price was 25. Oh yeah, 25 gold pieces. 25. So let's do that. Go back. 25. And that looks like everything's the same there. Once we get here, not proficient. Oh, I was talking about it, but that's what I usually do with these tools is say dexterity. So that's right, and then chat message. So there we go. We have finished all the different items. We've gone into great detail on them. I'd really like to know where you guys would like to see us go next. I've had recommendations of doing various modules. I think it's what add-ons. I guess they're called add-ons here. So kind of going into some of the add-ons that are available to make life easier. I know in the past we actually did the DM, what's it called? The assets, VTT assets. If there's other ones that you would like to know more about, I will see if I can figure out as much as I can about them, and we can take a look at them and see how it goes. Is this new? I don't remember it saying active modules and this and this. Pretty cool. I think that's just information now. All right, guys, so that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something new. If you knew something that I don't know, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I love to get your guys' input, whether it's, proving me wrong about something or, anything. I love to get your guys' input. So let me know what you think. Where was I? Comment, like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, check out my Discord and my other channels. Don't forget, man, I'm never gonna stop saying that, am I? Go ahead and forget about the Great Big Game giveaway. We did it. We hit 1,000 subs. Thank you guys. I love you guys to pieces for helping me achieve that great goal. And let's just keep growing. Tell everyone you know about my channel. If they like it, they can sub, and we'll just grow and be one giant happy family. And that's it. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.